What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Demonic, and I'm back with another banger. If you clicked on this video and you're looking to make a point guard build for NBA 2K25, you came to the right place, especially if you play rec. If you're new to this channel, I play only rec randoms. So if you're someone like me and you don't have a squad to run with and you just go into the rec solo, this build might be perfect for you. Now I'm going to break this build down piece by piece and you're going to see exactly why I did everything that I did. I promise you, if you watch this video all the way through, you're going to consider making this build. I created this build on Sunday night. I'm making this video Monday night after work. I played on the build for about 4 hours Sunday night, and I wish I would have made it on Friday. That way I would have been able to play on this build all weekend because I had more fun playing NBA 2K25 in that 4 hours than I've had all year. A lot of you guys like my 7'1" center, but I love playing the point guard position in the rec. I got to give a shout out to all the centers out there. I don't know how you guys do it because it can get really boring, especially when your teammates aren't feeding you. All right, now I'm going to tell you guys what you're going to do. You're going to go with the point guard position and you're going to go 6'3". You want the max wingspan because the max wingspan is going to get you that 68 block, which is going to give you high flying denier on bronze. If you utilize your badge perk on this badge, you're going to have silver high flying denier on a 6'3" point guard build. Now, if you play rec with randoms as a point guard, you know it's really important to have defense on your build because you're going to be guarding the other point guard on the other team. And a lot of the times that's going to be the best player on the team. So this build has a max wingspan for the 6'3" position at 6'11", and I'm also going to put max weight on it. A lot of times people are going to see that you're 6'3" and they're going to think that you're a baby, but this build is going to have an 85 strength. So the build will be able to get gold immovable enforcer along with that max wingspan to help out contesting shots, and it's going to be fast enough to guard those smaller guards. Now to start off with, you're going to take your driving dunk all the way up to an 89. This combined with the 78 vertical is going to give you both the 1 foot and the 2 foot contact dunks. It's also going to give you silver posterizer. I would have loved to have a 94, but I wanted this build to be as versatile as possible. So like I said, make sure you keep your vertical on 78 to get those contact dunks. You only need a 75 for silver posterizer, and an 80 is going to give you Hall of Fame aerial wizard. Now we're going to talk about the shooting for a minute. Now, unfortunately, 2K is really smart because they were not going to allow you to get the 89 3 ball with that max wingspan and still be able to get blocks. So the max you can get is an 88. If you take your wingspan down to 6'10", you lose that 68 block, which is the exact attribute point you need for that high flying denier badge. Now, being 6'3" and having silver high flying denier, a lot of people aren't going to be expecting that. Not only that, the block attribute is extremely cheap to upgrade on this build. It's actually insane how cheap it is. Almost like you can't upgrade another attribute by more than 1 point, but you can take your block up from a 0 to a 68. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to take our mid-range all the way up to an 89. 90 is not going to get you anything more, so we're going to stick with that 89. That 89 is going to give you gold set shot specialist. Now I'm going to give you guys a quick tip, especially if you're a taller build and you're struggling shooting this year. Make sure you have set shot specialist on at least gold, I promise you. I played with this badge on Hall of Fame and Legend, and every upgrade makes it so much easier, especially with those catch and shoot animations. Shifty shooter is also a really good badge to have. Unfortunately, with this build, you need at least a 91 mid-range, and you're not able to get that with this max wingspan. So like I said again, 2K is really smart with what they did with this builder, not allowing you to get that badge with that 68 block as well. Whoever came up with this build system is honestly a genius. I even tried to finesse this with the 6'4" position, but you don't get that mini marksman badge, and you don't get as many attributes as you do with the 6'3". Now we're going to come back to the agility later, but for now we're going to take our passing accuracy all the way up to an 89. This is going to get you silver versatile visionary. I see a lot of people making their point guard builds with the 78 passing accuracy, and as a point guard, You gotta be able to facilitate the ball, and everyone knows this year everybody's playing those lanes. So with the Tyrese Halliburton pass package and Silver Vision Visionary, I've been able to facilitate the ball pretty well. Now we're going to talk about the ball handle for a minute. You need a 92 to get every dribble animation in the game, along with gold unpluckable, and you need a 93 to get ankle assassin on gold. Now you need an 88 to get the Kobe Bryant escape package, and if you use a cap breaker, that will get you to 93. I'll show you guys how to do that at the end of the video if you'd like, but for this version of the build, I went with an 87. Now, later on in the year, once I learn more about the game and this build specifically and what I utilize and what I don't, I'm going to come back and modify this probably to get that 88 ball handle. That way I can get that gold ankle assassin badge along with all the dribble moves. Now, I'm not sitting there trying to dribble anyways. For my playstyle, I just want to do a move, speed boost by you, dunk the ball, or shoot a three. So for this, we're going to go with the 91 speed with ball. That way we make sure we get the lightning launch badge on Hall of Fame. I honestly can't wait to get this badge on Hall of Fame so I can use my badge perk to upgrade it and try it out on Legend. Moving on to the defense, you're going to take your perimeter up to an 85. This is going to give you Silver Challenger, Silver On-Ball Menace, Silver Pick Dodger, and you need an 87 perimeter to get Hall of Fame Off-Ball Pest. The 85 is the perfect sweet spot though. I'm going to go over to the takeovers and show you what I mean. If you have an 85 perimeter along with an 85 steal, you can unlock this Pest takeover. This is going to boost your perimeter defense, your agility, and your steal. Now, if you have an 85 perimeter along with a 90 steal, you also unlock the Pickpocket takeover. There's also a takeover called Glue, but that one takes a 90 perimeter defense along with an 85 steal. Another good takeover to use is the 3-and-D takeover. It raises your perimeter defense along with your 3-ball and your agility. I've actually been utilizing this one because it helps me shoot my threes and at the same time helps me with my defense. And the requirements for this one are actually a lot lower. You only need an 83 ball and an 80 perimeter defense. Now, I tried modifying this build to get a higher perimeter defense, and it's 100% not worth it, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Last year, my point guard build had a high perimeter defense with a 60 steal, and I preferred that much more because I was able to stop people from shooting threes. But this year, the steal, especially for the 6'3", is just so much cheaper, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Now, we're at a 96 overall, and I'm going to show you guys another thing that's really cheap is the strength. We're going to take this strength all the way up to an 85. This is going to give us gold immovable enforcer. It's also going to give us physical finisher on bronze, along with strong handle on Hall of Fame. Now doing this, we're still only at a 97, so we still have more attribute points to work with. Now, just in case you were wondering, my driving layup went up to a 72 when I took my mid-range up, and that's how I got the bronze physical finisher badge. Now I'm going to show you guys this real quick. If you take your perimeter defense all the way up to a 93, you're pretty much maxed out. You're going to get gold challenger, gold on-ball menace, and gold pick dodger. Now bear with me because I am doing a voiceover on this video, but when I took my perimeter defense up to a 93, it also raised my agility all the way up to an 83. So we're going to take that perimeter defense back down to an 85 where I had it. This is going to allow you to take your steal all the way up to a 93. Now, we're going to take our agility back down to an 80. This is going to allow us to take our steal to a 94 to get that Hall of Fame interceptor badge along with gold glove. I used my badge elevator to take this immediately up to Hall of Fame and then my badge perk to upgrade it to Legend. And in my first game, I believe I had 8 steals. That Legend interceptor badge along with the max wingspan on this build is going to help you get a lot of steals on the defensive end. You're going to be able to play those lanes and be extremely toxic. Now I'm at a 98 overall, and I'm going to show you how to make this build even better. Like I said earlier in the video, if you take your vertical up to an 80, you will get Hall of Fame aerial wizard. So we're going to come back to that. And as you can see, I'm trying to upgrade some different categories to show you. You can take your perimeter defense up to an 87 if you'd like to get that Hall of Fame off-ball pest. And as you can see, I'm kind of going through just showing you guys that you can only upgrade these other attributes by just a couple of points if you want to. But I'm going to show you what you're going to do instead because it's so much cheaper on these 6-3 builds and it's 100% worth it. If you drop your steal down to a 91, you're not able to take your perimeter up that much. So you want to keep that at 94, 100%. Like I said, I would have loved to have this 88 ball handle, but we weren't able to make it happen. Everything is going to be completely worth it the way I show you. You could also take your driving dunk up to a 90 to get some other dunk packages, but once again, that's just not worth it in my opinion. So you're going to take your block all the way up to a 68, which is going to give you that bronze high flying denier badge. Now in this part of the video, I was trying to go through just to make sure that I couldn't get that 93 driving dunk. I got it up to a 92, but getting that up to 93 was pretty tough. I wasn't able to make it happen. You could probably do it if you dropped your speed and your agility some more, but I highly recommend you keep that where it's at. You want to be as fast as possible on this build. Now, later on in the year, once I get my cap breakers and I'm able to change some things up and modify it, I might try to get that 93 driving dunk to get that gold posterizer badge, or go with the 94 if I need that to get the elite contact dunks. Or that's just something I could utilize my cap breakers on to get with this build that I already created. Now to get that 92 driving dunk alone, I had to drop my block down and some other attributes as well, like I said. So for now, with this version of the build, what I decided to do was go with that 68 block, like I said, to get that high flying denier badge on bronze. Along with a badge perk, you will get this badge on silver. And as you can see, we're still only at 98 overall. And you might be thinking like, okay, there's not much else that we can do with this build. We could take our passing accuracy up to a 90 or our driving dunk up to a 90, but I'm going to show you how to get even more out of it. We're going to go down to our offensive rebound. We're going to take this up all the way to a 60. I went ahead and sped some of this up because I was moving attribute points around, trying to figure out some other ways to modify it. But like I said, you're going to take that offensive rebound up to a 60 to get that bronze rebound chaser, and then you could take your vertical up to an 80 to get that Hall of Fame aerial wizard. We'll come back to that in a minute. For now, you're going to take your standing dunk up to a 45 because this is going to give you the option to have some standing dunk animations on your 6'3" point guard. A 45 is exactly what you need to get both the standing dunk packages. Now, I went ahead and sped the rest of this up because, like I said, I don't want to waste too much more of your guys' time. I just wanted to go through all the information on why I did everything with the attributes that I did and give you a really good understanding of it, just in case you don't really know much about this build system, because I know it can be really confusing. Now, like I said, you could drop your speed to get a couple of attribute points in other categories. You could get your interior defense all the way up to like a 75 or whatever the max is for that category if you'd like, just to have some interior defense on your build as well. You can definitely make that happen. But like I said, I didn't want to sacrifice my speed on the build. I wanted to be able to be as fast as possible and be able to get up and down the court on those fast break buckets. Getting lane steals, it helps with those situations. It helps with getting to your defender on the perimeter because you're fast enough to get out there to attempt to get a contest. Having that speed combined with an 85 strength is going to be extremely useful in the rec randoms. I only have a movable enforcer on silver right now, and I'm telling you, it helps a lot on the defensive end. I cannot wait to get that badge upgraded to gold. It's going to be even more useful. And the upgrade from silver to gold is 82 to 85, so you might as well go with the 85 to get gold. If you're keeping up with me up above, I'm just going through kind of showing you guys if you drop certain attributes, you're not able to get more out of the other attributes. You're not getting much badges out of it. Even your close shot, your post control, you're not able to utilize any of those to get much more out of it. The build is extremely fun. I will drop some content on this build probably by next weekend. So if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on any videos that I might drop on this build, including the jump shot that I'm using, the animations, the dunk packages, and all that. The build comes out to a two-way, three-level playmaker with shades of De'Aaron Fox. And De'Aaron Fox was one of my favorite players to use in NBA 2K24. He's extremely shifty. He can dunk. He can get steals. He's got block in his bag too with that high vertical. So this is actually a really good comparison that I feel like I got for this build. He probably doesn't have an 85 strength, but everything else is probably similar to his game style. Now, I did want to show you guys, I did create this build already, and a couple of regrets that I have is going at shooting guard. I wasn't 100% sure on how shifty I would be with this build, and honestly, I wish I would have went with the point guard position. That way I can run the ball on the rec. So when I remake it, I will go with the point guard position, and I will definitely probably go for that 80 vertical. That way I can get Hall of Fame aerial wizard. Now, I've been placed at the 3 with this build at the shooting guard position a few games because so many people make small builds. And even at the 3 with that 85 strength, I am a pest on the defensive end. I'm telling you guys, I am a menace. Also, let me know in the comments what you prefer. Would you rather see video clips from the same game, or would you like to see different clips from different games just showing what the build can do in different situations? Or just a bunch of different highlights similar to my 7'1" center build video that has a potential to get a 99 defensive rebound, a 99 passing accuracy, and a 99 standing dunk. If you'd like to see that video, I'll leave a link in the comments. A lot of people like that build, so I want to get some feedback on this build as well. If you think that this build is trash and there's something that you would change, let me know in the comments. What would you change to make this build better? I'm definitely not perfect, but I do try to spend a lot of time figuring out everything that I can about these builds to make the best ones possible. At least for my game style and how I play, and getting every attribute point worth that I can. Now, if you like this build, or if you got any useful information out of this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. It's going to help boost the algorithm to this video. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so it's really going to help me out. I appreciate every last one of you guys that support me. Demonics out.